viajeros! I'm Marielle, your tour guide for the Makati's festivals. The first one is the Bailes de los Arcos. Bailes de los Arcos. This is a commemoration of the feast days of both apostles, Paul and Peter. Filipinos make colorful and floral-inspired arts and prepare unique dancing to show gratitude towards the two apostles. It is held every June 29 and 30. Bailes de los Arcos. The second one is the Likhang Kamay. Likhang Kamay. It is a celebration hosted by the Yuchengco Museum and is held for 3 days. This is an extended exhibition of all the regions of the Philippines from local champions in culture and handicrafts. The items exhibited during this festival include woven materials, pottery, and wood carvings. This is held during the last quarter of the year, usually in October. Likhang Kamay. The third one is the Caracol sa Makati. Caracol sa Makati. This is a festival wherein groups of locals dressed as endangered flora and fauna to express the need to preserve and conserve the country's natural heritage. Caracol is a Spanish term for a snail. This is held every last Sunday in January. Caracol sa Makati. Now let me show you the tourist attractions in Muntinlupa. The Emerald City of the Philippines. Progressive. Heritage. Welcome to Muntinlupa. Muntinlupa came from the term monte sa lupa. Next are the foods in Muntinlupa. Sinigang na ayungin sa bayabas, kinilaw na kanduli, totsyong bangus, at suman Muntinlupa. The Japanese Garden Cemetery. This cemetery is located inside the New Bilibid Prison or NBP reservation compound dedicated to the imprisoned Japanese soldiers who died during the war. Legend has it that General Tomoyuki Yamashita, the Japanese general who became famous during the Japanese occupation in the country, tagged as the Tiger of Malaya, was buried in the same place. Japanese tourists dropped the cemetery to pay respect to their ancestors. A Filipino-Japanese peace monument is also located in the area. Memorial Hill. This is a small hill that cradles a World War II vintage cannon. This is also the burial place of Heriberto Misa, a prison director from 1937 to 1949.
I'm Shane Vargas and I am your tour guide for today's tour in Muntinlupa's festival and Parañaque City attractions. One of the festival in Muntinlupa is the Nagsa Festival. It is a celebration in honor of the city's patron saint, Santo Niño de Muntinlupa. This event is highlighted by street dancing participated by representatives from different barangays, schools, youth sectors, and groups from other cities in Metro Manila. This is held every February 16 to 27. Aside from the Nagsa Festival, Muntinlupa also have Banyahan Festival. Banyahan Festival, this is a yearly Thanksgiving celebration for the patron Impong Kulas de Tolentino. It is similar to the celebration of the Ati-Atihan of Kalibo and Sinulog of Cebu. It is also done to recognize the Baklad, which is the main work of people from Barangay Kupang and Barangay Buli. Baklad is an activity wherein locals fish on the lake, which is part of the festival. This is held every September 10.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica na rede, na rede, na rede. Olá, olá!
And now, let's proceed to the Parañaque City tourist destination. First is the Tambo Mangroves Avian Reserve. This mangrove is visited by hundreds of bird species from all over the Asia-Pacific region. This serves as a sanctuary of immigrant birds. Second is the Redemptorist Church. This is the most visited church in Asia. It can hold up to 3,000 seats and another 9,000 for standing devotees. Lastly is the Religion Mega Cockpit. This is the largest and most modern cockpit in Asia. Foreigners from all over the country visit this place. And that's all for today's tour in Muntinlupa's Festival and Parañaque City tourist destination. See you in our next journey. Goodbye, viajeros!
Good day! I'm Alcha Jacqueline Jackson Xavier, your tour guide for today. Today, I will be touring you to Pasay's tourist attractions and festivals. Our first destination is the Coconut Palace. Also known as Tahanang Pilipino, Coconut Palace is the home of the Vice President of the Philippines, located at the CCP complex in Pasay, south of the center of Manila. It was commissioned by former First Lady Imelda Marcos for Pope John Paul II's visit in 1981. It is made of several types of Philippine hardwood, coconut shells, and specially engineered coconut lumber, apparently known as Imelda Madera. Each of the suites on the second floor is named after a specific region of the Philippines and displays some of the handicrafts these regions produce. Our next destination is the Philippine Air Force Aerospace Museum. It is a military museum of the AFP that was earlier founded as Marcos Museum on May 2, 1974. This world-class facility of the PFA is a heritage and a science and technology museum built to honor heroes and airmen of the PFA. The museum displays Philippine military aviation history and related aerospace science exhibits. The Heritage section presents a variety of galleries reminiscent of weapons, uniforms, dioramas, miniatures, memorabilia, photos and arts of early military aviation and the Philippine Air Force Organization. We're now going to the festivals of Pasay City. Our first festival is Santo Niño Festival. This is a yearly celebration in honor of the Santo Niño, marked by the opening of an exhibit featuring various Santo Niño images. It highlights a grand procession held every January 18 to 31. Our next festival is the Fertility Rites or Feast Day of Santa Clara. This is a festival wherein childless couples, businessmen, politicians, and grateful parents walk and dance along the streets as a thanksgiving for all the blessings they have previously received and to ask for other favor as well. This is held every second of Sunday of February. Lastly, for the festival in Pasay City is Serenata. Music lovers touring Pasay City in the month of February will be delighted to find out that the festival brings together an array of unique competitions. Serenata Festival is a yearly event marked on 4th of February. The open-air setting of Serenata Festival makes it simple yet stunningly delightful place to get away during one's holidays. The social setting also makes it easy to embrace the culture of the locals while interacting with the participants. We're now going to Taguig City. Our first destination is the Manila American Cemetery and Memorial. The graves include those of 16,636 Americans and 570 Philippine Scouts who served in the Pacific Theater. 3,744 unidentified soldiers also rest within the grounds of the American Cemetery. The graves are marked by white marble headstones set in a circular pattern on gently sloping grounds. The graves are arranged around a circular structure that includes a white chapel and two hemicycles that honor the war's many missing servicemen. And that is all for today. I hope you enjoyed your tour. Till next time, bye!
Hi, I'm Marlene, your tour guide for today. I'm gonna show you the famous Archdiocesan Shrine of St. Anne. It is one of the oldest churches in the Philippines, built during the term of Father Diego. It was built in 1587 in Barangay Santa Ana, Taguig City, and was established by the Augustinian priest under the patronage of St. Anne inside. Visitors can see the beautiful architecture and visit the Museo de Santa Ana, where relics and artifacts are displayed inside. Next one is the Dambanang Kawayan. It is a century-old church with an altar, siding, and benches that are made with native and pure bamboo.
The first festival is Santa Anang Banak Taguig River Festival. It is a fluvial parade in honor of the city's patroness, St. Anne. The thrills and excitement of the fishes are replayed year after year by the Pasubo, where fluvial parade participants in colorful boats and spectators by the riverbanks toss goodies of fruits and native delicacies to each other. It is held every July 26.
The next festival is the Pag-iikan Mini Olympics. This is the event wherein native games are conducted, played such as habulan ng biik, hulihan ng itik, patintero, arnis, tumbang preso, and many others brought to the level of the Paralympics. And lastly, welcome to Pateros. The first attraction is the San Roque Church. This church was built in the year 1815. It has a high tower on the right side where the church bell is placed. The interior of the church was well furnished. One of the famous in Pateros is the Alfombra Slippers. This is a company that manufactures slippers. It is visited by the tourists to see how Alfombra slippers are made.
The famous festival in Pateros is Balut sa Puti Festival. It is a food festival featuring a cooking competition of the famous Philippine delicacy known as balut, a developing duck embryo that is boiled and eaten from the shell. It is also held to promote the image of Pateros as a producer of the best quality balut in the world. This is held every January 31.
That will be all for today. See you in our next journey. Goodbye, viajeros!
Hi, I'm Carla, your tour guide for today, and we're going to explore Las Piñas City. Las Piñas City is distinguished as one of the Metro Manila's fastest-growing communities. Continued economic growth, coupled with effective local governance, had earned Las Piñas the distinction of Metro Manila's cleanest and most peaceful city for 3 years straight. Bamboo Organ Museum. If there's one thing that is unique about Las Piñas, it is the bamboo organ, which is considered a Philippine national treasure. On November 24, 2003, it was given this recognition by the National Museum of the Philippines, since it is the only 19th century bamboo organ in the Philippines that has survived and is still functioning. This unique musical instrument is composed of 1,031 pipes and 902 of which are made out of bamboo, while the rest are metal. Zapote Bridge. It is a stone arch pedestrian bridge crossing the Zapote River in the Philippines. It connects the cities of Las Piñas in Metro Manila and Bacoor in the province of Cavite. The bridge and its surrounding area was the site of two battles. The Battle of Zapote Bridge in 1897 between Filipino revolutionaries and the Spanish colonial government in 1897 during the Philippine Revolution. Sarao Jeepney Factory. Sarao promoted the jeepney as a symbol of Philippine culture. A sarao was exhibited at the Philippine Pavilion at 1964 New York World's Fair as a national image for the Filipinos. In 1971, a sarao jeepney traveled from Manila to London and all over Europe as the Philippine icon of the London to Manila Express. A road show was sponsored by the Philippine Tourism and Travel Association to boost the country's tourism and the industry to European countries. Bamboo Organ Festival. The International Bamboo Organ Festival is a week-long series of cultural celebrations that highlights the world's spectacular instrument, bamboo organ, invented by Fray Diego de la Cerra in 1824. The festival is celebrated during the month of February in Las Piñas City. Ayala Museum. Ayala Museum is a modern museum showcasing a huge range of displays about the people of the Philippines, tracing their journey from ancient history to the present day. The extensive ethnological and archaeological displays relate to Filipino culture, history, art, and heritage. Greenbelt Chapel, also known as Chapel of Santo Niño de Paz, is a green oasis in the heart of the concrete jungle and chaos of the city. Enveloped in lush greenery, the church was completed in 1983 and is one amongst the most impressive and outstanding buildings of the city. Unlike the traditional Catholic churches, this one is open air, with a concrete dome, and it resembles mostly a pavilion than a traditional church with thick and closed walls. Ayala Triangle. Ayala Triangle is a sub-district of the Makati Central Business District, comprising of the parcel of land between Ayala Avenue, Makati Avenue, and Paseo de Rojas, as well as the buildings on those streets. Many multinational companies, banks, and other major businesses make their home on the triangle, noted by the many skyscrapers bounding the triangle. Ayala Avenue and Paseo de Rojas also house the distinction of being the runways of the former Nelson Field, Metro Manila's main airport in the 1930s. And that's all for today. See you in our next journey. Goodbye, viajeros!
That's all for today, Bejeros. See you in our next journey. Bye!